Welcome to another episode of Game Time. I'm JP Murrieta, and this week we are at the Santa Ana Golf Club located on the Santa Ana Pueblo with the St. Pius boys and girls golf team and head coach Chris Moya. Thanks for joining us this week.
Thank you, JP. It's a pleasure being here.
How is your team playing at this point in the season? States approaching?
Very steady, very steady. They're doing their work. They're diligent about their practice, preparing mentally. So I believe every tournament we're improving. So, this preview tournament today is displaying all of 4A teams that are high-level teams, and so we're honored to be here. It's a rehearsal for state, and so we like to see who our competition is, how we're going to deal with it. So this is going to be a good prep up for state.
Yeah, the preview in its name alone gives you a sneak peek of what we're about to see in a couple of weeks.
Correct.
What do you get out of an event like this?
Well, you learn how to deal with the anxiety of a state-level tournament. We're talking about the championship. So this rehearsal really gets my kids mentally, especially mentally and emotionally prepared. Amongst just the other schools as well, I'm sure their coaches are telling their kids, hey, this is a good preview, relax. These people that you're playing with today are going to be the kids you're going to be playing against in 2 weeks. So get comfortable with that situation, that environment. And as you calm your mind and you concentrate better, you'll perform better.
Last year, the state tournament was held here at this course.
Correct.
What was that experience like for you and the team?
It's overwhelming for the team. I mean, we had a good year. We had a pretty solid year, but there was some teams that were just outstanding, and it's hard to raise your level to a team like Academy last year that was just so loaded, boys and girls. But I believe our team is ready. I think that we've grown as a team mentally. Their game, each person has done their due diligence to get better. So I do believe we have a shot at this, both boys and girls.
Do you rely on one golfer in particular, a boy or a girl, to help get things started, to carry the load for most of you?
Well, I have a girl captain and a boy captain, and so their responsibility is to show their maturity with all the other kids and to get them mentally ready, right, to calm them down. But really, it's each kid is responsible for his own emotional stability on the course, right? How to calm themselves down. We do help each other out, but to rely on one person is probably asking them too much. So we really kind of, if somebody's playing good that day, we root them on, and that person will assume the responsibility of leading us through that day. We'll know right away, I'll know right away, since I want to make it is a real-time scoring method, so we'll know who's hot and who's not. And that person just carries on and does his job. But again, we don't want to worry about the outcome of the tournament. We want to worry about and concentrate on the process by which we score, not the actual score.
You focus a lot on the mental game, or you talk a lot about it, obviously a huge part of the golf game. Is there any aspect of the physical game you focus on more, the driving, the putting, the short game, mid-irons?
I believe that the better players, including at the highest level like the PGA, LPGA, short game is the most important part. If you can hit the ball 400 yards but you can't get it in the hole, that drive really did you no good. So, as long as my kids can keep that ball in play, and let's focus on hitting tight shots from wedges, not three putting. The biggest, culprit of a big score is three putting. And of course, Santa Ana is known for very fast and undulating greens. So we really want to pay attention to the putting, how we approach the putting, not leaving ourselves a long, two putt. If you get that first putt close to the hole, and then that's a tap in from there, and then you move on. What we don't want to do is get into attack mode where you start banging the putt 10 feet past, and all of a sudden you're struggling to make par. We don't want to struggle to make par. We want to give ourselves our opportunity to make the birdie, and then if it comes, great. We planned it that way. And if it doesn't come and we have a par, well, my kids will take 18 pars.
I'll take those, yeah. If they won't, I will. On a course like this, what's it going to take to be successful at an event like state? What do you have to avoid doing?
I remember last year it was very, very windy both days. So the wind was, and especially here at Santa Ana, not so much at Twin. I mean, you have lots of areas where you have bushes and shrubs and trees and dog leg left, dog leg right. So how are you able to keep that ball in play off the tee with those kinds of adverse conditions? So how my kids handle the adverse conditions, today's beautiful. Come 2 weeks from now, it might be howling wind. So can we really, no matter what the conditions are, we have to adjust to those conditions. And so we've been working on that. Yesterday it was windy. My kids were out there practicing. We need to practice to play in different conditions. Anybody can play on a beautiful day, but not too many people can play on a windy day.
So. We prefer the beautiful days. Yeah.
Correct.
And lastly, what's your message to the team before they tee off, before they get things going?
You know, you have practiced this whole season, including last fall, last summer. You've built yourself up to play consistent. Allow that to happen. You know, we don't want to crowd ourselves with we have to do this, we have to do that. You've practiced that. The expectation is that's going to happen. Let it happen. Don't block yourself by creating the anxiety of I have to do this and I have to do that. It's about choice. And I want these kids to give themselves as many choices out there, opportunities for birdie. And so by relaxing and staying calm, and again, the preview is going to help us do that, we'll be ready for in 2 weeks.
All right, well, good luck, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully they hit it long and straight and have quite a few circles on that scorecard.
Thank
right?
you, JP. I appreciate it.
All right. We'll be back with more Game Time after this. Are you living the life of an athlete? The New Mexico Activities Association brings you Life of an Athlete, a resource for students, educators, and parents to understand the challenges students face. Athletes, one night of drinking will negatively affect your athletic performance for 2 weeks, and athletes who drink or do drugs are twice as likely to get injured. Alcohol's effects can reduce a high school athlete's potential by as much as 20 to 30%. Are you living the life of an athlete? Log on to the website to find out today.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
Hello, I'm Colin Mulville from St Pius High School. Welcome back to Game Time.
Welcome back to Game Time, presented this week by the New Mexico Public Regulation Commission 811 DIG. This week we are at the Santa Ana Golf Club located on the Santa Ana Pueblo, where they held the 4A preview. Here's a look at some of the highlights. They will tee it up for the Class 4A state championships right here on May 8th and 9th. If history repeats itself, Boleyn's Grady Cox should be near the top of the leaderboard once again. Boleyn golfer Grady Cox got his first set of clubs when he was 3 years old.
My grandpa, he was an All-American baseball player at UNM, played football there. He got my older brother into it, and then, just little brother, I just kind of followed him.
He says he loves the creativity of the game.
There's so many different ways you can play the same shot. You're never going to play the same round twice, and it keeps you on your toes. You're never going to master it. It's a new course every time you play it, even though you're playing, somewhere you've played 100 times. I just try to play boring golf, put it in the fairway, put it on the green, 1 or 2 putt. I mean, that's the best way to go.
He might think his golf game is boring, but it's been pretty good.
I've definitely never been a long hitter, so I've always had to get the short game good, and so I've been trying to work on getting a little more speed, but also keeping up that short game, because that's definitely one of my strong suits.
The junior is a 2-time defending state champ and one of the favorites again.
I definitely think there is a little pressure. Just it's state, you're going to feel pressure, but I mean, I try not to think of it too much. I mean, I really just try and go out there and have fun. You know, whatever happens, it's not up to me.
There have been 3 golfers in New Mexico who won 3 state titles, but we've never seen a 4-time state champ on the boys' side.
It definitely creeps into your mind a little bit. I mean, winning 4 would be great, but I mean, honestly, I'm just blessed to have won 2. So if I do win 3, if I win 4, if I don't win any more, you know, I'm just blessed to be here and to play.
Grady finished first at the 4A preview after posting a 72 for a 2-shot victory in the wind. He'll play the same course at state in less than 2 weeks. Let's take a timeout. Heading to the break, check out the latest Max Preps baseball and softball polls.
Blair from St Pius X High School, and we'll be back with more game time after this.
We wanted to take this opportunity to remind you, if you haven't already, make sure to download the NMAA 24/7 app. It's free, and free is cheap. Chances are likely you have a phone in your possession right now, so go to the App Store or Google Play and download the free NMAA 24/7 app. It's the best place to find schedules, scores, highlights, and follow your school all year. And here's the best part, we will have giveaways all throughout the year. You will be registered to win just by downloading the app and signing up. We will have prizes from Dick's Sporting Goods, Dion, Sonic, tournament pass giveaways, free tickets, and much more. You like free stuff? Then download the NMAA 24/7 app. The best place to find tournament brackets? The NMAA 24/7 app. The easiest way to find out when your team is playing next? The NMAA 24/7 app. Where can you go to find out the final score you're looking for? The NMAA 24/7 app. It's all in one place. The NMAA 24/7 app. So go to the App Store or Google Play and download the free NMAA 24/7 app. Do you love sports? Do you want a front row seat for exciting high school sports action in New Mexico? If the answer is yes to either of those questions, then becoming an interscholastic sports official may be right for you. The New Mexico Officials Association is looking for individuals age 15 years or older to serve as officials in 10 different sports. No experience is necessary and training is provided. If you're interested, call 505-923-3110. That's 505-923-3110. Or go to the website nmact.org and click on the Officials tab. Welcome back to Game Time, presented this week by the New Mexico Public Regulation Commission, 811 DIG. Last week was the annual Richard Harper Memorial Track Meet, involving more than 24 schools and some of the elite track athletes in New Mexico. Here's a look at some of the winners and the highlights. Class A through 3A state track and field championships will be held May 5th and 6th, and Class 4A and 5A will be held the following weekend. That's going to do it for another episode of Game Time, presented this week by the New Mexico Public Regulation Commission 811-DIG. Don't forget, the baseball and softball seating and selection show will take place Sunday, April 30th, streamed on our website and the NMAA 24/7 app at approximately 5:30 p.m. So, to watch the show, go to our website, scroll down just a little bit on the home page, and right there on the Game Time viewing window will be the baseball seating and selection show, Sunday at approximately 5:30. So make sure you tune in next week, where we will be loaded with baseball and softball previews. Make sure you tune in every week, because the place to find the most highlights is right here. We'll see you next time on Game Time.